Hey folks, greetings everyone. Today is Tuesday, and this Tuesday is the 11th, is the 4th, the 4th of November 2025. My name is John Akuro. I'm signing in here on the JMA connection for yet another very important moment of information sharing. So, if you're just tuning in, you're coming on to this very important news flash regarding what is going on in the Republic of Cameroon as well as in the southern Cameroons at this particular point in time. And so, Issa Tchiroma Bakari, the president-elect, as is recognized by, a lot of the people of the Republic of Cameroon who have taken to the streets to protest or who are closing down their shops in protest against what they consider to be a high-handed approach by Yaoundé and the institutions that are based in Yaoundé trying to steal the will of the people. So Issa Chiruma Bakari has released a short video on Facebook today in which he makes clear a good number of things. The most important thing in what he said today was not just that he was acknowledging the success of the ghost towns operations that he called for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and today is day two. He observed that it was a tremendous success on day one. That was Monday. He condemned intimidation and the high-handed approach and the brutality of the forces of law and order that are still loyal to Mr. Paul Biya. He equally condemned the attempt of some elected officials who are trying to use their positions to, suppress the people, to suppress the desire of the people to respect the cause he has made. And at the same time, he extended sincere thanks and appreciation not just to the people who are respecting this cause, not just to the people who have decided to stand strong and to stand for what he considers to be the truth, for what he considers to be, a serious penchant towards the need for, meaningful change. But he expressed hearty thanks, gratitude, and even congratulations to some elected officials who have decided to stand with the people. This is another point. This is another aspect that Chiruma is using to make Yaoundé, to make the Paul Biya camp extremely uncomfortable. And when he extends this hearty regards to elected officials, don't forget that there is a member of his own political party who had become dissident when he left government and who was seen celebrating when it was announced by the Constitutional Council that Paul Biya was the winner and not Issa Chiruma Bakari. But at the same time, we have seen a member of parliament of another opposition party, the PCRN party of candidate Cabral Libingo. Cabral Libingo was pronounced by the Constitutional Council as, being the third. Among those who were candidates who were vying for the post of president, that he came third with over about 3.8 or 3.7%. I can't quite tell the details, but it was, somewhere over 3%, but below 4%. And so the PCRN leader has come under enormous pressure from the public. He has come under enormous pressure from people, from officials within his own party. The PCRN party has been hit with a huge wave of resignations, both at the base and at the top. We saw someone in Boya who said he was the representative of the PCRN in what they in La République Cameroon considered to be the southwest region. He resigned. We saw the resignation letter of the gentleman who was representing the party in the west region, Mr. Fotsing. Mr. Fotsing resigned from the political party. We saw another gentleman who was a member of the Politburo not only resigned but said he was shocked, he was embarrassed, he was disgusted when Cabral Ngolibi told him himself that he had collected money from the Biya government not to recognize the victory of Issa Bakari. I'm not the one saying it. The gentleman said it, and I actually did display his picture and his information on one of my broadcasts on this platform. And then don't forget, therefore, when you hear Issa Bakari say he is extending hearty regards to some elected representatives of the people who have decided to stand with the people and to stand with the truth, he should be referring to Nuran Fotsing. This is a member of parliament of the PCRN party, wife to Mr. Fotsing, who resigned as the chairman of the PCRN in the West region. She is a member of parliament. Prior to the opening of the November session of the National Assembly yesterday, Monday, November 3, she posted on her X account, that's a former Twitter, that she was going to boycott the session. And she was boycotting the session in protest. Protest because the voices of the people were not being heard. Protest because the people were being manhandled in the streets here and there because they were coming out to, make their voices heard, coming out to express themselves, and coming out to point out that, they were in disagreement with what Elekam has done and with what the Constitutional Council has finally done, hijacking the will of the people. And so Nuran Fotsing noted that she was not going to attend the November session of Parliament as a result of that. And I think that it is to her that Issa Bakari is referring when he is extending hearty congratulations, hearty salutes, and expressing gratitude to elected officials who have decided to stand with the people, who have decided to respect the will of the people. Although he did not mention her name, but this background that I've just presented here, that I've just given here, should now make you understand exactly who he was addressing himself to. We know he has previously talked about, loyalist forces that are protecting him. He has previously talked about members of the current government of Mr. Paul Biya, who are standing with him, who are encouraging him, and who are also financing his operations and his movements. And so, therefore, opening this other new front indicates that by the day, Issa Tchiroma is garnering more and more support, which is very essential. But now the most important thing that Issa Bakari said in the video outing this Tuesday was that in about 48 hours or less, I guess, is it 24 hours even, but I should say about 48 hours, that by the 6th of November, the country is going to have 2 presidents. That is very remarkable. That's the most important thing that Issa Bakari said this Tuesday, that the country is going to have 2 presidents. And he said one would be the legitimate president elected by the people, who will be enjoying the legitimacy, enjoying the sovereignty conferred on him by the majority of the voters at the October 12th presidential election. And the other one will be a fabricated president put in place by institutions that he himself has about 100% control over. He's referring there to Elections Cameroon, Elekam, and of course the Constitutional Council. And so if you go by a video that is also circulating, in which Alice Nkom, a very renowned lawyer, Alice Nkom, who is also known to be very close to the Issa Bakari campaign, and who is a very vocal critic of the Biya regime, and who is known for her tenacity, known for her determination, and known for her outspokenness, makes clear that on November 6th, that is in 2 days, on Thursday, Issa Bakari will be taking the oath of office. And so if Issa Bakari waits to take the oath of office on Thursday, at the same time that Paul Biya is going to be sworn in by the National Assembly of La République du Cameroun, that should definitely be leading us to where Issa Bakari himself is saying that you will have 2 presidents in the country. Now, some people have asked this question: who will swear in Issa Bakari? How is his swearing in going to happen? Of course, they're saying this because they're imagining that we members of the National Assembly or some officials from various organs of the state that are going to conduct the swearing in. But we of course know that usually the president of the or the speaker of the National Assembly will swear in the elected candidate, the new president. But precedence makes us understand that in circumstances as these ones, the people who claim to have won the majority vote and who are seeing their victory being snatched have usually taken upon themselves enjoying using the power of sovereignty conferred on them by the majority of voters to now put in place those same kind of institutions, something you call like a clone, like a replica of the institutions that will conduct the duty of swearing in a president. So which means therefore, and Alizcom also answered this question to the reporter who asked him who is going to swear in Issa Tchiroma Bakari, where would the people come from, how will he have access to the institutions that do the swearing, and she said that he currently enjoys the sovereignty of the people because the people, according to the Cameroon constitutions, according to the Cameroon constitution, are the main holders, the only holders of sovereignty, and they confer it onto whoever they choose during electoral processes like the one that took place on the 12th of October 2025 in Cameroon. And so therefore, because the people have conferred onto him that sovereignty, says Alice Nkom, he now has the power to also appoint and put in place those kind of institutions that will have the mandate, the power to conduct a swearing-in ceremony for Issa Tchiroma Bakari. Although Issa Tchiroma Bakari himself did not mention a swearing-in ceremony or such a prospect in his video, the mere fact that he talked about two presidents is a clear indication that he is getting ready for his swearing in. It's a clear indication that he's going to go all the way. And the mere fact that he reiterated in this video his desire to go all the way, his desire to not let the people down, his desire to continue to carry the aspirations of the people for change, change that he said is now bestowed in him. He says the people have put their confidence in him. The people have picked him to be that person who will lead them into a new nation, into a new era, an era where they finally take back the ability to determine their own development priorities, take back the ability to determine how to shape the institutions of the country, take back the ability to determine what policy focus the country will take or policy orientations. And so he says he is ready, still ready, still determined, and still, certain to carry out this duty. This is strong, very strong, because, as the days are going by, with all the stories that you're seeing on social media, some saying, oh, he escaped from the country, he's somewhere in Yola. Oh, he was briefly arrested by the Nigerian police and they were about to hand him over to their Cameroonian counterparts who were already at the spot waiting. Then suddenly something just happened and now he's, kind of like in house arrest by the Nigerian police, kind of surveillance and all of those things. With all of those stories coming on and on and on, people would have been expecting that perhaps you start finding Issa Tchiroma Bakari running scarce on social media. No, that's not happened. He is there. He is present. He is communicating. He is communicating in person, and not only communicating through tweets or Facebook posts, in video, which is very strong, a clear indication always to show to the people that I am here, I am free, I don't have anyone pressurizing me, I don't have anyone controlling my movements or controlling my ability to communicate. I don't want to have anyone holding me down. That is very important. Very important, because if Issa Tchiroma Bakari disappeared from the scene and was just now sending tweets, Facebook posts, and all of those things, it will be easy for the manipulators from La République du Cameroun, who are so many. The talking heads are, in fact, so many now on social media. They will come out there and tell you, no, right now he's under lock and key. It's someone else who is publishing those things on his behalf. He no longer even has access to his social media accounts and all of those. So by coming out usually on video and talking like this, Issa Bakari's intention is to inspire confidence. Issa Bakari's intention is to continue to reassure the people that I am here, I am determined, I am focused. And another thing that you see, he enables the people to read his body language. And you know, body language is absolutely important, because the body language tells you what his lips are not saying. His body language presents to you, it gives you a greater insight into what he could be thinking, into how he is feeling, into the level of determination that you will find within him, and into exactly whether he really believes he has the ability and has the means. Means is very important. You have ability and you have the means to pursue the policy he is saying, to continue to remain strong and to go all the way. So when you look at his body language, Issa Bakari has exhibits some extraordinary calm. Calm that is from another world. For someone in the current circumstances, for someone who is expected to be under pressure, for someone who is subject of a serious manhunt, for someone whose family members are being captured all over the place, commando style. You have definitely seen social media posts, videos that neighbors, playing the role of citizen journalists, captured of forces of the Cameroon Secret Service, the Directorate General of External Research, were forcing their way into people's homes, breaking in, searching, ransacking homes, capturing people, like I should even say kidnapping people, members of Issa Bakari's family. I don't know what they intend to do by that, but also, at some point, this is an approach to put pressure on the gentleman, to make him start feeling the weight, to make him start wondering what will happen to his family members and all of those things. But someone from the Babana tribe, from which Issa Bakari emerges, told me they are known for having very cold blood. That they are known for being, very, very strong under difficult circumstances like this one. Under critical circumstances where you should be expecting that with so much pressure, they would crack. Say, it is in moments like this that you find them exhibit a serious mastery of self. And I should say, this is the kind of mastery that we are seeing in Issa Bakari. If you look at that video, you watch those 5 minutes very carefully, you find that Issa Bakari seems relaxed. The only moment where you see him seem a bit crestfallen is when he's talking about hundreds of people who might already have been killed this far, and when he regrets that a lot more people are being captured and tortured in violation of their human rights. We hear him talk about the toll that is is being the toll on the ordinary man. When it comes to his determination, his focus, you find Issa Bakari calm, relaxed, and really on point. This tells a clear message that Issa Bakari is not lacking in options. Oh yes, that's very important for you to note. It shows Issa Bakari is not lacking in options, because he is at what he calls the third stage in his operational plan. So I guess when he gets to the fourth phase will definitely be when he gets sworn in, and after he gets sworn in, what will happen from that moment onward. And like I said, and I always go back to this, don't forget, all those around Issa Bakari and around the Union for Change, which Union for Change published a press release on Monday reaffirming their determination to pursue the cause of recovering, of taking back their victory that is being stolen by Paul Biya and his cronies in Yaoundé. So that Union for Change that has also seen its leaders captured and are in custody in La République du Cameroon, some already been court-martialed, like Anicet Ekani and Jokam Chameni. And, you know, the fact that they are still staying the course also shows that they are not lacking in options. Now, when you talk about options would mean that Issa Bakari may not be seeing the ghost towns mainly as an end game. I guess he should be seeing the ghost towns just as a means to prove to Yaoundé that he can back and bite. Prove to Yaoundé that in his toolbox he has a lot more that can be removed from there. And so I don't want to be in a haste to, start citing things that I may not have, adequate information about. But sometimes, as journalists, we can go back to statements made by people here and there, and we can make very informed guesses. Because if you go back to the statements made by Abubakar Usman May, who himself is already in incarceration, I saw a newspaper headline in La République du Cameroun, that is the newspaper Emergence, asking questions as to où est passé Abubakar Usman May. That where is Abubakar Usman May? Abubakar Usman may still be under incarceration, but clearly he had made known to all and sundry that the northern regions had been preparing. That the northern regions, the northerners, have been preparing for this moment for a long time. They knew this moment would come. It's also an indication that they were not dreamers, thinking that Paul Biya could be defeated at the polls and he will accept that he has been defeated at the polls and hand over power. Hell no. They knew that this kind of moment will come. And I think all they needed was to have the opportunity to clearly beat Paul Biya at the polls, find themselves in this kind of impasse, and now go ahead to use the strategies that they have at their disposal to try and eject the Biya regime from power. And just so you know, there will soon be very serious cracks within the Biya system. I mean, a lot of cracks. These cracks will become even more evident when the other members of that national ethnic group that I've always talked about and told you, you will get to know it better when I come on here with the outing I promised on the theory of the elite. You will go to know that national ethnic group when members of that national ethnic group from other parts of the country suddenly realize that the people of the South, Center, and those members of the national ethnic group that emerged from the East are actually right now as we are talking, at the drawing board, revisiting their plans to secede from the country if they are not able to keep power, to form their own country, what they call the Bulu Ekambeti state, which will be made up of the Center, the South, and the East. So there are going to be some people who will suddenly find themselves in a serious dilemma when it starts becoming clear to them that they are likely going to be on their own. The number of defections will become extremely serious. And that is when the fragmentation, the real fragmentation of La République du Cameroun will begin. And so I think that we lose nothing continuing to be vigilant, because the days and weeks ahead are really pregnant and there is so much we are going to be learning. And so just before I go, I want to hail my people of the Southern Cameroons. I really want to congratulate you all for your maturity, for the level of understanding that our people have, for the level of commitment our people have towards our shared goal of making sure we take back our stolen country, of making sure we restore the soul of the Southern Cameroons, aka Ambazonia, of making sure we will kick out the colonial administration of La République du Cameroon and assure the absolute independence of our land, and transform our land once more back into that democratic experiment that it was prior to 1961. Because don't ever forget this. The Southern Cameroons was the first functional democracy in Africa south of the Sahara. Because way back in the 50s leading to the 60s, you had an incumbent administration, organized elections. That was the government of Prime Minister Endeli. Organized elections, lost, and peacefully handed over to John Gu Foncha, who became prime minister after Endeli, and we could see them. I wasn't alive at the time, but the accounts that our parents gave us, that my parents gave me, they could see them come sit together after they campaigned on the same soapbox and left away from there, each passing their messages against the other. Left from there, go sit together in the same place, eat together, drink together, feast together. And at the end of the day, when the result of the election were proclaimed, they put country first by still coming together to work together for the betterment of the lives of the people. That is the kind of society that I was born in the southern Cameroons. That is the kind of society that all other my fellow southern Cameroonians were born in. What if we suddenly found ourselves in after 1961 with La République du Cameroon is something none of us really should have fathomed, that this is what we really should have gotten into. When I'm talking none of us, I mean Southern Cameroonians. I mean, perhaps I wasn't born then, but there are others who were not born then. But there are people right now who were born then who are still alive. And our parents acted on our behalf. They never expected that this is what we were getting into. And so what is happening on the ground now is telling everyone the story we have been seeking to tell since 2016. There were two peoples, two countries, two entities with two separate destinies. On Monday, with traditional ghost towns in the southern Cameroons, you could have the feeling that, it was a national issue. But today, you can clearly see the two countries. While there's ghost towns in La République du Cameroon, life in the southern Cameroons is going on normally. This is what it was. And this is how it should continually be. So I want to thank our people for always being on point, for knowing who to listen to, and for knowing what kind of guidelines to function according to. So I want to thank you for spending time with me on this platform. I want to thank you for watching this news flash all the way to the end. I want to thank you for being part of the discussion. So if you are subscribed to this channel, awesome. Go ahead and share the link as much as possible so we reach as many people as possible with our information, with our communication, and with our sensitization campaign. If you are not yet subscribed, go ahead right now, subscribe, and make sure you click on the personalization so that each time there's something new on this platform, you will be part of the conversation. So until we meet again, perhaps even later in the day or tomorrow, have a nice time. Thank you for your kind attention.